And we're back again. This should probably be the final video on the irrigation system. So what you have here on this first picture is the new box that we had to install. And if you look on the right hand side of it, you can tell that there's a stub out there. That's for the people up on the corner. They were also getting water off of this line. And there will be another spot where they get water off of this line as well, that I'll cover in a little bit. But if you look at the white pipe there, right at the other side of the box, that's a air vent, so that as the pipe fills with water, the air has somewhere to go. Here you can see the pipe we're laying. It's an 8-inch pipe. Well, actually, let me correct that. It's actually 10-inch pipe, and if you look at the bottom of this picture, you'll see that it reduces from 10-inch pipe down to 8-inch pipe. And further up here, you'll see there's a T. That T is again for the other people up on the corner, and we're doing a little stub out there so that they can get water at that location. At this point, we're finally crossing from the easement between the two properties into my neighbor's property. Got a 45-degree angle at both sides to get into his property. That pipe that's sticking up right there, there's a gate right there to turn the main water on and off into the transfer pipe system. At each point where the pipe bends, you put a 45 or a 90 or wherever you have an end point in the pipe, we have to put in thrust blocks. So what this is where the concrete's going to be poured for the thrust block because of the pressure of the water flowing through the pipe. The other thing that has to happen at each point where we're going to have a valve is, if you look at the bottom of this picture, you will see there's a vent stack coming up, and we have one of those at each valve, so we had to install 4 of those. This is just more putting the pipe to bed, then on bedding and vetting it. Just a quick shot of the T where the lateral is for my neighbor. Okay, there's a lot going on right here. This is the end of the lateral at my neighbor's place, and this is a big hole in the ground. And the reason we got a big hole in the ground is because if you look at the end of the pipe there, we have a drain out. That drain out has to be there in case of, well, not in case of, but it's there for winter, so get cold and it won't freeze, because, well, it won't freeze anyhow because it's so deep, but it's just a precaution. So every winter that valve gets open. Every spring it gets closed so we can run water. And what you see here is you'll see the valve stack for the valve. That's that big blue one. And then you'll also see another of those vents. That's to allow air to escape as the pipe fills with water. Now this big hole in the ground is going to be filled with a whole lot of crushed gravel to allow for the water to drain out. What we have here is more of that end of my neighbor's lateral, and you can see the hole has now been filled in with the crushed gravel. And the first blue pipe there with the white top on it, that pipe is a 12-inch pipe to allow access down with a metal tool to turn the valve so we can access the valve. And behind that, you can see that the thrust blocking is installed right behind the valve for the water, for the irrigation water to come up, as well as the vent stack there. I mentioned bedding the pipe on my neighbor's property because of all the shale, and in this picture you can see that in the ground on each side of the trench there's just lots and lots of shale. So the bedding there is structural fill that we had to lay down before we put the pipe in place, and it will get covered in the structural fill as well. This 45 is on my property and it's heading out toward the street, and it also shows where another thrust block is. This is the trench that I can't dig a straight line, but all told we laid about 1,800 feet of pipe. Okay, this is the last bit of the pipe. This is the end, I should say, and it's down next to the street. Now what you see here again, there's a large pit for the drain out, 4-inch drain out valve. Construction is the same as the other one that we looked at before, and you'll see the thrust block as well. This project probably took us, what, a couple months, I think, all told. And right here, this is what all the hard work was for.